Hello, friends. Good morning, good evening for all the people joining to the My Time program. We are on day 29 of My Time program. We are in the last week. We have had very great speakers come in. We had wonderful wisdom sharings. And today we have yet another great topic with another great speaker. Today's topic is Right Food by Dr. P.V. Sharma, sir. But before going to the topic, let's start with meditation. And we are all excited for the topic, and also this week being the last week. We'll put in more effort to have the great meditations and wisdom sharing sessions. And as you know, this program is presented by both IFSS and PSSM Global. It's the partnership with these two organizations that's making this program happen. So today I'll be guiding the meditation. I'll give you the guidance, and I'll do go ahead with body relaxation first. I'll guide you through the steps, and then we'll do our normal Anapanasati meditation. So friends, sit down in a comfortable posture. Cross your legs. Clasp your hands. Close your eyes. And relax your body. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Take one more deep breath in. Breathe out. We'll first relax our body, because relaxing the body and relaxing the mind go hand in hand. When our body is relaxed, our mind also will be relaxed and will have less thoughts. So with another deep breath in, breathe out. Let's focus our attention on our toes. Relax the toes. Relax the feet. Relax your calf muscles. Relax your knees. Relax your thighs. Relax your back. Relax your abdomen region. Relax your stomach. Make the stomach region loose. We sometimes carry the tension in our tummy and stomach, so relax the whole of stomach region. Now focus on your chest area. Relax your chest area. Take a deep breath in and breathe through your heart. Focus on middle of your chest area. Relax the chest area. Focus on your shoulders. We inadvertently carry a lot of stress in our shoulders. So relax your shoulders. Relax the whole of your back body. Relax your arms, your forearms and fingers. Relax the whole of your neck region. Relax your mouth, jaw muscles. Loosen your jaw muscles. Don't carry any stress and tension there. Relax your face region. Relax your forehead and eyebrows region. We tend to carry a bit of stress around the eyebrows and forehead too. So relax that region completely. Relax the whole of your scalp area. Take a deep breath in and relax the whole of your body. The wave of relaxation is passing through your whole body. Now our whole body is relaxed. Let us now practice our Anapanasati meditation, breath awareness. So we need to observe our breath. Natural breath that's going in and coming out. If you get any thoughts, cut the thought and bring your attention back to the breath. You need not judge the thought. Your job is to bring the awareness when we notice that the mind is wandering. So music would be played now, which will help us in relaxing and observing our breath. Let's continue with the meditation, friends. Focus on your breathing, inhalation and exhalation. Focus on your breath. If you observe your mind wandering, your attention back to the breath. Keep observing your natural breath. All other things and actions can wait. This is your time. Focus on your breathing. Natural breath. Observe your natural incoming breath and outgoing breath. Last 10 minutes, friends. Last 5 minutes. Please observe your breath. Last 2 minutes, friends. Last 30 seconds. Slowly place your palms on your eyes. Gently open your eyes through the gaps of your fingers and come back to your body. The gentle smile, we start today's session. Hope everyone had a good meditation. Friends, today, as I mentioned, we are on day 29 of the My Time program. Today's topic is right food. And today's topic and wisdom sharing would be done by Dr. P.V. Sharma, sir. Welcome, sir. Welcome to the program. I'll start by giving a brief intro about Sharma, sir. So, P.V. Sharma, sir, did his graduation and post-graduation from Agricultural University in Hyderabad and his doctorate in agriculture entomology from University of Agricultural Sciences from Bengaluru, Karnataka. He worked for 25 years as an agricultural scientist in various capacities in coconut research in Andhra Pradesh, tea research in Tamil Nadu, and as a development officer and product manager for agrochemical companies like Siba, Union Carbide, Ron Polusek, Aventis, Bayer. He took voluntary retirement in the year 2000. Sharma sir has been doing voluntary service to Pyramid Spiritual Societies movement for the past 19 years. He is also an editor for Spiritual India and Spiritual Science New Age magazines that are released bi-monthly. He has been conducting meditation classes in educational institutions and also doing presentations for corporates. He has also presented at national forums like National Council of Spiritual Scientists that is being held in India under the Indian Federation of Spiritual Sciences. During the year 2016, Sir initiated Mission Shakahar program to share knowledge on benefits of plant food being the right food in a spiritual scientific manner through his various workshops, mass media programs, and Shakahar rallies. He has been taking part in the activities of Pyramid Spiritual Societies movement in making Shakahar Jagat a reality. That's a brief introduction about sir. And welcome, sir. Welcome to you again. And the stage is all yours to present your wisdom sharing with all of us. You are on mute, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Sir, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, you're on mute, sir. Can you please unmute?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, now am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible now.
Thank you. So my pranams to Brahmash Patriji, and also I'm very thankful for the IFSS International and also the PSSN global organizers who gave me this opportunity to present today's topic on the right foot. So may I request Sunilji to just start the first slide.
Yes, sir. I'm just sharing my slide. One moment. Yes, can we?
Well, friends.
Okay, yeah.
And this topic is right food. But I put this right food instead of vegetarian food because the word vegetarian is asked for clarity at times because globally there are a number of vegetarians who claim they are vegetarians. For example, lacto-vegetarians, ovo-vegetarians, ovo, now like this, so many categories, even vegans who started now to claim true vegetarians, that is. So instead of having that confusing and then arguments over the vegetarian or non-vegetarian, all these things, so I straight took the word right food because it is not, food is always good. There is nothing like bad food. Bad food means we never entertain, we never take it. So it is the question whether it is right or wrong. So from that concept, so I chose this word right food. So we'll go for the next slide, please. And food is a word which gives different meanings for different people. In general, food is energy. And for the sake of energy only, we take the materialistic food in the form of fruits, vegetables, cereals, pulses, etc. And then food for different people, say for example, doctors or nutritionists, they look it in the form of calories. The food means they first think calories and then energy, biomass, all those things. And then for a farmer, it is nothing but produce he is producing. So it is a different meaning for him. And for commercial purposes, business people, food is nothing but a commodity which they market. So that's the value. But for a consumer, like all of us, it is energy. So we have to choose the right form of food, which gives the sufficient nutrition and also gives all other benefits besides the nutrition. So we'll go for the next slide, please. Yeah. Right food is our claim, in fact, because all living beings on this earth, they use this claim, right food, to choose their food properly, rightly, and also to feed their young ones with that right food. It's only the human beings, maybe they ignore by choosing the right food. And WHO, it gives the definition of holistic health. It's not just mere health of the physical body. Holistic health means it is a comprehensive health of physical, mental, emotional, intellectual, and also spiritual. So from all this angle, plant food is the right food because it gives not only physical health, mental health, emotional and intellectual and spiritual, because mental health is all the more important, even beyond this physical aspect. Because WHO also defines that 80% of our diseases are psychosomatic. You know that because they start at the level of mind, that means emotions and thoughts, and then finally they end up to show in the form of some elements or ill disease or ill health in the body. That's how they manifest. So the starting point is only the mind. So the food what we take, the right food, it should give physical health and also all the certain body's health. That is very vital, which is also includes the spiritual health. May I have the next slide, please? So when we talk about this food, plant food is the right food because it is having prana, that means the life force. And that's why it is called Amrita Ahar, means the food which is living. Since ages, our ancestors and forefathers and then rishis, they recommend food with prana, means live food. So when we cook the food or process the food, we lose that prana to some extent, maybe to even higher extent. as you see in the visuals, whether it is a vegetable or a seed or a flower, everything, they have full of life in them. When once they are cooked, processed, we lose the benefit of having their life, the life force in that. Having life force will benefit all our physical and all our subtle bodies. So the number one most ingredient or the content or the benefit what we look in the right food is the prana aspect, the life force. Next slide, please. And the second most important ingredient or the component of the right food, that is a plant food, is the sun energy, solar energy, the sunlight. And when the sunlight is absorbed by the green plants, so they take not only the direct light, which is in the form of white light, but we know that light is having different colors, the Vibgayas, so the rainbow colors. So all the rainbow colors, they are not just mere colors, they are energy vibrations. That means they are having different frequencies. So each energy frequency has got a function, has got a benefit. As you see in the visual, all fruits, vegetables, seeds, everything has got some color, some specific color, at times a mix of different colors from outside as well as inside. The sun's energy has been taken by plants in the form of photosynthesis, and then they prepare the food, which is needed for everyone on this earth, not only human beings, but animals, birds, everything. So this is the importance of the color aspect. That means the energy aspect of the right food, which is the plant food, which is needed and being recommended. That's why many doctors also recommend eat the rainbow. What do they mean? That means the food which is having the rainbow colors, they are recommending because they all have the healing benefits. Each color has got a healing benefit. Can we have the next slide, please? The healing benefits are different for different purposes. Yeah. When we eat a color-based food, that means natural colors, not artificial. The white color, that means in general, it is white, they said, because just like radish and onion and all those things, garlic, they keep helping for healing the heart problems. And then if the carrots and all orange color fruits, they protect the eye health. And as you see, the purple color, like brinjal or grapes, and then purple color cabbage and all those things, they improve the memory aspect and mental abilities, that is psycho better. And then the yellow color fruits, what we eat in general, they increase or boost the immunity in our system. And the red color fruits, which are very important, they lower the BP and also they help us to fight the disease. And in general, all the green leafy vegetables or green vegetables, what we are going to see next slides, they help us to detoxify our blood and also body, and they fight the free radicals and help us also in increasing our immunity and also anti-aging properties. Shall we go for the next slide, please? Yeah, we look for the benefits from a different angle. All the color vegetables, when we look somewhat spiritually, then the red color, which starts from the Mooladhara, they help in reducing inflammation and reduce the BP. And then when we ascend, that means next to the Swadhisthana, the orange color fruits, they improve eyesight, as we seen earlier, and female hormone system. And then the yellow color fruits, which help the Manipuraka, it helps digestion and assimilation. And then the green color vegetables or leafy vegetables and all, they help in Anahata Chakra. That means to reduce the heart problems and even cancers they tackle. And the blue color or purple color vegetables and fruits in natural form, they help us in the Vishuddha Chakra, I mean throat level, and they heal problems of throat and also improve the voice. And then the ultimate whites, which we call white vegetables, fruits, and all those things, they help us in Agna Chakra level for elevating us in our skills to learn things and then improve our memory as well as mood. And there are so many benefits like this when we look from the doctor's point of view or from the point of the spiritual angle. So that is importance of the second aspect of the right food, that is the plant food. Next slide, please. The third most component, what is present in the plant food, that is the chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a wonder molecule which is having magnesium in its molecule in the center atom, whereas the RBC, human blood molecule, it has got iron in the center. That's all the difference. Otherwise, structurally, both molecules are very similar. And then the chlorophyll, which is present in leafy vegetables like spinach and then moringa and so many other vegetables and then broccoli. All those things, they help us to purify the blood and also help in RBC development, buildup of hemoglobin and reduces the anemic conditions, bloodlessness, and then they detoxify the blood, which is very important and vital to revive the health for healing and also prevents the aging. It helps us to remain for a longer period in life healthy. And then ultimately it boosts the immunity, because that's why even doctors recommend drinking green juice of wheat grass juice or barley grass juice and all, or even green vegetable juices. They have immense benefits when they are taken in the morning time. And after this, the next component after the chlorophyll, another, next slide please. Very important aspect that is present only in the plant food, not at all in other types of animal-based foods. That is the dietary fiber. Why I call dietary fiber? Because it's available in all fruits, vegetables, leafy vegetables, and even the sprouts in plenty in the form of soluble as well as insoluble form. The soluble aspect, soluble form of the fiber, which is present mostly in okra, that may bendi, cucumbers, spinach, fig, and citrus fruits, like they reduce the blood sugars levels. And also they help us to reduce the cholesterol levels. So that is an immense benefit from the healing aspects and keeping the health going on. And then the insoluble fiber aspect, that what we call the roughage, which is mostly present in vegetables and fruits like beans, cabbage, apple, mango, coconut, jackfruit, and pineapple. They reduce the insoluble aspect. It reduces the problem of constipation. So constipation, actually, it's not a ill health, but it is a disorder, which is more prevalent, more dominant in those people who take only non-vegetarian food, I should say. That's why taking the vegetarian food or the plant food or the right food, which is in the form of insoluble fiber, helps us immensely. Not only that, it cleans the digestive system, especially small intestines, as if we brush the waste out. And then also, just like in case of chlorophyll, the insoluble fiber aspect helps us to increase the immunity. This is a different interesting aspect, because the insoluble aspect, the insoluble fiber, what we take as a roughage, it's a food for the bacteria, useful bacteria present in our gut. So the gut, after consuming the insoluble fiber content, they produce the amino acids which are necessary for the buildup of the immunity. So indirectly, so the chlorophyll aspect as well as the dietary fiber, they increase the immunity immensely. Next slide, please. So after this, we should also focus on the another most important content or the aspect, otherwise I should say the benefit of the plant-based food, which is the right food, that is all the vegetables, all the fruits, invariably they are alkaline. Though they may taste acidic in outside form, when they enter the digestive system, they change the base, the alkalinity. So alkaline fruits and vegetables, and including the sprouts, germinating seeds and all nuts, they help us immensely to build up our health, physical health, because our physical body, especially human blood, is alkaline in nature, slightly towards alkaline. It's never acidic, especially the blood. It is range is 7.35 to 7.45 pH. It's so specific, so narrow. So the extremes of the lower side or higher side is hazardous. So the blood pH is very vital, and at the same time, different saliva and urine and then stomach, they have acidic as well as slightly alkaline. So the variation of pH in the physical body is very different. So that's why while coming to the acidic foods, there are n number of acidic foods which are mostly synthetic. They are not natural. They are processed foods and bottled food, preserved foods. They are highly acidic, including sugars, and then soft drinks, what we call the tea, coffee, alcohol, etc. All the animal-based foods and the spicy foods, they are acidic. Acidic nature, especially, it is harmful for the health. In general, if the extreme cases of acidity, it will lead to acidosis and several serious diseases. Acidosis is a human problem because the bones become porous, because the body, when we are putting that body in the acidic media, that means constantly and chronically we are eating only acid foods, what we see in this list, then the body develops more acidity, and then body has got a mechanism to neutralize the acidity by itself by absorbing the alkaline mineral, that is the calcium, magnesium, from the bones or the core of the bone, and also from the tooth. As a result, in course of time, when once the body is depleted totally out of this calcium and from bone, the bones become very fragile, and the people are prone for these accidents easily. Fractures happen, and even the old age come, that is hunching and all, they come with the early age of 40, 50 like that. So depletion of calcium is not recommended, or not at all is healthy. So we have to keep a balance of taking the alkaline as well as acid foods, because that ratio, what is recommended by nutritionists and doctors, is 80-20 ratio. So that means alkaline food, what we have to choose should be about 80%, and 20% acid foods is necessary because the body has to keep the balance. So the among the fruits and what we recommend, the cucumbers, cucurbits, zucchini and all, they help us giving more alkaline water. If the zucchini or these cucumbers, they are soaked after cutting for overnight, they develop alkalinity, and next day morning we can consume the alkaline water. And the coconut, which is available as raw coconut fresh from the tree, it has got a pH of 8 and beyond 8 also. So the doctors recommend even to the cancer patients the alkaline fruit, that is coconut water, tender coconut water. So that is the importance of alkalinity for maintaining the health, physical health, as well as automatically the mental and other subtle aspects of our health. Next slide, please. Yeah, and the every plants and vegetable and the fruits, plant products, they have rich vitamins as well as alkaline minerals. The vitamins like A, B, C, E, and K, they are all available in different fruits and vegetables. They are distributed in different fruits and vegetables. Even the sprouts also, they have a number of useful vitamins like E and all. And both vitamins as well as the minerals, which are alkaline in nature, they help us in building up the muscles, building up the tissues of our body and maintain their health. So the natural form of these basic ingredients, which are vital for health, vitamins and minerals, in the natural form is recommended by doctors. But in the case of emergencies or some health problems, they may recommend the substitutes from outside, like tablets and capsules, which is also recommended based on the need of the time and health condition. So after this compound of vitamins and minerals, we move for the next ingredient of the plant food or the right food. Next slide, please. Yes, as we are now, I've been contemplating about this benefit of this right food. In any form, fruit or vegetables, sprouts or leafy vegetables and all those things, as you see in the slide, they have number of antioxidants. The antioxidants present in the food, especially plant food, we say it is right food because it is 64 folds higher than present in the animal products. So that is the benefit of having this plant food, which is the right food, to build our immunity system. Immunity system is our self-defense, the first line of defense, which is very essential to fight against the microorganisms with which we are fighting or we are facing, like bacteria, fungi, and virus. And the antioxidants, as we see, they are beta carotenes, flavonoids, and anthocyanins. They all help us to build up our immunity. That means the ability to fight diseases. And they also improve our longevity and long life, so healthy life. So we have experienced this problem of lack of immunity worldwide when we had the recent 2 years back, the problem of corona and all. So unfortunate thing, but if we build up our immunity, it will keep us healthy against all these diseases which occur because of these. And to boost the immunity, we give children the vaccinations. Okay, this is the another most important aspect of the plant food, having the antioxidants, the buildup of immunity in the human system. Next slide, please. And then, so far we have covered about the scientific aspects and the physical aspects, and also the aspects of health conditions, which all the ingredients in the plant, which are the basic, they help us. And while coming to the subtle aspects or the quality of the food or the important aspect, that means plant food is a food of ahimsa. That means non-violence. We all know that India is the land of ahimsa. And we know that Mahatma Gandhi, he gave or he helped the country to achieve the freedom based on the principle of ahimsa only. Ahimsa in our Vedic systems and all, in Vedas, they are told ahimsa paramo dharmaha. That means the basic dharma of humanity is ahimsa. In humanity, it's very important because ahimsa is a complete abstinence or absence of causing any pain, harm, injury, or even death to not only human beings, but any living creature. This is the most important, and it has been defined by Swamiji, Shivanandaji, great master. And plant food is the right food because of this basic ingredient or the component of ahimsa. And when we take the plant food by taking the flowers or fruits or vegetables, when we pluck from them, they have no pain or they have no struggle or they have no complaint, because the plants do not have this brain, nerve cells, and this mind or whatever you call. They don't have emotions, so they have no pain. There's no suffering, first of all. And physical is the pain is the physical aspect, whereas suffering is the mental aspect. So when we take the plant food, there may be some injury to the plant, but which will revive very fast. When we pluck a flower or fruit or a leaf, anything, they throw more number of flowers, fruits, and all. That means rejuvenation is more, because we are not totally killing the tree. We are taking the produce. We are taking the benefit of having the fruit or flower, which is being shared by the other beings, which is offered by the plants or the trees or the plant kingdom, should say. So that's how the most important aspect of the compassion comes. That is, the plant food is compassionate food, and kindness is the language with which the animals communicate with us. Love is the most important aspect, what even a child can communicate without language. So this is the way that the India, the land of ahimsa, has come to this stage of growing to the third or fifth global stature, not economically, but in this spiritual aspect as well. Next slide, please. And most important aspect of this plant food from a different angle is its nature. The plant foods are sattvic in nature. Sattvic means soft, means very positive in the aspect. That means if we take the sattvic food, means fruits, vegetables, nuts, and then sprouts and all these fresh fruits, even the salads or greens and all, they help us to have the sattvic nature. So very soft nature, and then it is necessary. And in fact, the animal-based foods are the acidic foods. They are rajasic foods because they promote the rajoguna, that is aggressiveness or the dominance or the capacity to be very dynamic. It's also necessary. And then the another aspect is tamasic food. That means the tamoguna, which certain foods like alcohols, and then the preserved foods, and also the fermented foods, non-vegetarian foods, what you say, they promote or they induce the nature of lethargy, that is tamasic nature. In fact, all these three are important components which is necessary in our daily life, because when we go for the bed to the bed and before sleep, we need the nature of sleepy nature. Then we get into the tamasic nature. And then when we are working in the society and when we need to be dynamic and then dashing, the Rajoguna helps us. And then to remain as a human being means almost the spiritual being, the sattvic nature of food is greatly help us. So that's why all our ancestors and rishis and then saints, sages, they all recommend sattvic food only, that is plant food. So that's why you say it is plant food is the right food. Ultimately, we are what we eat. So next slide, please. Yeah, and it's not the last, but it's most important aspect of the plant food. That is the environmental safety, which is the concern of the world or the Mother Earth update, because plant food immensely reduces the air pollution and also water pollution. In contrast, the animal-based foods, which are raised in the artificial conditions and in a large scale for years together, they create a lot of air pollution as well as water pollution. And plant foods reduce the scarcity of using water because they need very limited water, whereas the animal-based industries, they use excess water, which is very necessary for the vital life for the population of the global population, which is growing on. And then the plant foods reduce the global warming, which is very important nowadays because the entire earth is facing this major problem of melting the ice at the Arctic, North Pole or South Pole, and so many things. And then all the glaciers are melting and going down to the rivers and ultimately going to these lakes. So this, to prevent this global warming, we need to harp on the plant-based foods, and then the organizations, industries, and then government should come forward to promote the plant food based food habits on a global basis. And then the plant food helps us to increase the forestry, means it prevents deforestation. And then nowadays we see the untimely floods and then cyclones and earthquakes and so many other natural disasters. And scientists, and they are still investigating, but they are giving indications, they are giving pointers that the animal-based industry, which is being going in a large scale, in a very random, very rapid way, it is a cause for this natural disasters. That is the hints they are giving us. So from all these aspects, to be environmental friendly, plant food is the answer. It is the right, because that's why we say plant food, it is the right food. And from all these aspects, whether it is having the health benefits, that means holistic health, and also the environmental safety, and also, next slide, please, from the angle of different. So now you see the government of India, the Food Safety and Standards Authority, they help us, the common man, to identify what is plant food and what is animal food. And they insist that the sign is printed boldly on the packet, marketable. Each is a mandatory that all the plant-based foods will show a green dot in a green square and a red dot in red square, animal-based products. So this helps even a common man, uneducated man, or who doesn't know the proper language for in that particular area. It helps them to create awareness. It's very great benefit what we are getting from the government of India and FSSI. So similarly, globally also, all these governments, they are helping us in a different way to increase the awareness. Ultimately, it is not denying one food, one type of food, or promoting another type of food. It is not. It is just creating awareness. That is most important, because we are all human beings in the species which is evolving much faster with the global changes happening. Next slide, please. And the three most basic benefits of having the plant food, that is the right food, is the safety to the human health. That means the holistic health, what we derive. And then we save the animal life, the lives of millions of animals, birds, and fish. That is the greatest benefit what the plant food can give, apart from the most important and then the upcoming and the futuristic problem, that is the global warming and several other ecological problems, environmental problems. So the plant food save us from all these hazards, what is happening due to this selection of wrong food or the animal-based foods. So there is a great concern being thrown by the ecologists, doctors, eminent people, government authorities. They are very concerned about this human problem, because most important is how we are living on this earth. It is not only important, it is besides, and what sort of environment and globe and then earth we are passing on to our next generation. It is more important for the future generation. So we should respect the recommendations given by the psychologists and then doctors and even the rishis and then our Vedas and spiritually as well as the scientifically, the recommendations given by all these eminent scientists and spiritual masters to promote the right food, that is a plant food, is very vital. That's how. Next slide, please. And then there are different media to promote this plant-based food, that is the right food. And we know that on an all India basis and also in different countries, our masters are conducting, pyramid masters are conducting a number of rallies to the public, and then even every country, they are having this awareness program through the publicity, media, not only print, but also the electronic media, and promoting the right book. And then there are a number of eminent masters and scientists who are printing time to time, giving information on the in promoting the right food, the plant-based foods. And we, this, from the organization, Spiritual India and Spiritual Science, we have been including all these write-ups of the great masters. As we see here, Dr. Will Tuttle, and we have included number of articles from this book, The World Peace Diet. And then if you go to the video, you see this video, the India, the land of Ahimsa, is beautifully taken by the government and the private organization combination. And then another video what we can appreciate and see by youth is the Game Changers. And we also produced from PSSM this plant-based food, that is the right food. And then Patriji, our master, he told that what is right food from his in 3 simple words. That means plant food having no garlic, no mushrooms, and no microwave. So this is in short what I would like to present in this presentation forum on this topic, right food. And now next to the masters, Dr. Sunil.
Thank you so much, sir. That was so enlightening and so beautifully put across, and the much needed, the important, a very important decision every individual has to make on this space, on this path. So, sir, most of us know about this. They're aware. I mean, at least from the information perspective. But there's always that, we call it resistance, or we call the decision making. It takes a lot of time for them to come out of this, to take a decision and take a different, path. So according to you, since you have spent so much time in this area, what do you think is the main reason why people don't choose the right food?
Basically, it is a culture, what has been to be imbibed in. And you know that the first teacher to us right from our birth is mother. And whatever mother teaches us, practices us, and put the food in our mouth, that becomes the basic understanding of the food. We all know that even the birds, animals, they all do this. When they nurture their babies, they do this meticulously. And then the higher level, the teachers, the schools, they have to inculcate the habit of taking the right food, that is basically plant food, because they can explain, and then students, they understand at that age when they go to the schools or colleges the importance of being healthy, and then the concern the humanity is facing, that means the environmental and global problems what we are facing because of choosing the wrong food or promoting the wrong food. And then there is a responsibility also in the case of administrators as well as the business people who promote the industry, animal industry, because now several animal-based industries are also shifting to the plant-based quick alternatives on the plant-based diet. And then doctors, they are helping us greatly to educate us from their angle how the body is to be kept in healthy conditions at a physical level and also the mental level. They are promoting and helping us, recommending the right ingredient if it is deficient, that means a mineral or a vitamin or any alkaline, even they recommend alkaline water to take to balance the diet and also the health conditions on an emergency basis. And they are taking all the routes to elevate the ill health problems they want to control and then help the humanity. in building up their healthy world, healthy conditions. So there are different aspects, different angles. What causes, what is a hindrance for choosing the right food? Because it is a mental makeup. So nowadays the world is changing, globe is changing, and now 40% of the population is youths, right, from 20 to 40%, 40 years of age. So they are very dynamic, young, and then they are dashing. They understand things very fast, and they are exposed to the electronic media. So their awareness is much faster than earlier 10 years, 15, 20 years. So the learning process is quick and then very apt also. Only thing, we should have the right way, right guidance. You know that cell phone is very important, very essential component of life next to books, or is replacing the print media, books and all those things. But then to handle that powerful uh, media, powerful instrument, the mobile phone, it's very important on the health condition of the physical body as well as mental body. And then we have to make use of the technology in a right way. Right way is most important. Right way, because you know that Lord Buddha taught us the eightfold path, the 8 ways of having the right life, right mindfulness, right attitude, right living style, and right, including the right food. So, and then Brahmash Patriji has promoted the plant-based food because it is the right food. That's why he gave the 3 cautions. Though the some vegetables or some items in the category of vegetarian food, like garlic, mushrooms, though they are in the category of vegetarian, he is not recommending as a right food. So that means the intelligence is very important. The IQ among the youth is very high, so it is to be handled very uh, magnanimous way. Now all the educational institutes have to be inculcated. My request is that in the schools and colleges, the aspect of the right food has to be introduced and inculcated right from maybe school and college levels, so that the habit changes much faster. As you ask, there is a gap between the communication to the students. And when they are young, when they are dependent on their parents and all, they cannot make decision. So that is a problem there. And when they are above 50, 60, they are very rigid. Maybe they are already, or they may get into some health problems or age issues and natural. So they may not listen to the new ideas of changing over their habits and all. So, but the most important segment, what is very vital and ready for us to get the communication through different medias of electronic and print media and all those is educational forums like this, international level, and that is the right way to bridge the gap and communicate to all the segments of the society.
Right, right. Thank you. You almost answered my second question. So what I wanted to share was, we all are bombarded with a lot of information. We all are taught right from our childhood that meat gives the protein, the non-vegetarian food, the benefits of right from the doctors to our parents to the societal acceptance, and there's a peer pressure that if you don't eat these, then you are like considered somebody who is really not in the mainstream, and that peer pressure forces a kid or teenager to get into eating, consuming non-veg food. So what we can also see is that the decision of that individual plays a major role. Of course, there are right intentions when somebody is saying, okay, you need protein, so probably he is not aware and he is just recommending. But there are vested interests from the businesses also to promote their products.
Yes.
So it all depends, again, boiling down to the individual, how the individual has to take the decision. So I'm trying to link, since you have dealt with in this field for many years and you have seen many people transforming from non-vegetarian food to vegetarian food, how much does this meditation and awareness help us to give a clarity on deciding on our own? Because this is a very big decision. Somebody who has been consuming non-veg and has been in that lifestyle and taking a decision in this side is something like a major decision. So I want to understand, because there are many people who want to quit, but they are not doing it because out of a lot of seasoning and compulsion and things like that. So from your experience, where is the thin line, and how do you think this meditation and awareness plays a main important role in this?
There are a number of questions in your thing. It's not one. As you know, globally, there is only 15% of the plant food eating habit. That means the vegetarian category. Maybe we are very fortunate. We are living in the land of ahimsa. So the vegetarianism is 30 plus. The 30% of people are vegetarians in our subcontinent. Whereas in other countries, it is somewhere it is very poor, maybe even single digit in some cases. Because of several factors, their location, the availability of food, the temperature, climatic conditions, the availability, transport, and several problems of society. But this is one aspect. And while coming to the second aspect, as you just gave the lead of the protein aspect. So plant proteins are equally efficient and necessary and equally healthy to the animal-based proteins. This has been published. The only aspect of animal-based protein, the undesirable aspect of this animal protein is it is hard to digest, hard to assimilate, more than digestion, assimilation. Going to the cell level, it is difficult. So as compared to the plant-based protein, it's very easy. And all the ingredients in the protein, that's amino acids and all, it's a bit more scientific, sorry for this. They are available in different categories of plant proteins. That means beans or the pulses or this, even the cereals, even the millets, even the vegetables, they have protein. But different amino acids of the protein, they are distributed, well distributed in the fruits, vegetables, sprouts, all those things. While coming to the animal-based protein, it is a concentrated protein which is available at a high level. It is digested, and in the process of digestion, it will affect the kidneys. It will overload the kidneys. Taking continuously the animal-based proteins, it will overload. It will lead to the kidney problems. This is a finding which is well known and well told also. It is informed. I should say some example of, the Bahubali hero or villain. They have been advocated by their nutritionists to take more animal-based proteins to build up their muscles, show up their muscles and all. Continuously, they are flooded with protein in their bodies. As a result, the person who took, he had to go to kidney operation or replacement or whatever it is. He had to go to USA for this treatment for the sake of secrecy and all. So it's not well publicized, but it is a fact that animal-based protein will lead to kidney problems, liver problems, and several other ill health in the course of life. May not be in the early stages of health. That means when we are very young and youth, below 30, 40, it may not, but it may lead to cardiac problems also. Heavy doses of proteins. And another important aspect of this protein is not available in animal exclusively. It is combined with the cholesterol problem. That is fact. You cannot separate cholesterol, bad cholesterol, from the protein in animal-based food. That is the correct. That means in case of plant-based foods, oil-based foods are separate, vegetable oils are separate, and soybean is both protein as well as how we handle these plant-based proteins and animal fatty is different. And plant-based cholesterol or the oils are unsaturated, whereas animal-based fat or this, it is saturated fat. It accumulates in the blood and causes the cardiac problems, heart attacks. So that's why the youth, suddenly they get heart attacks. They don't give any first aid warnings. So it happens. It is an attack. That's why it is called attack. So why should we take so much of risk when there is so much substitutes, so much alternative, or the fair means of having the right food without causing injury for the animal, without killing the animal, and without destroying the environment? This is the awareness what we have to bring out and then project to the youth or the segment who is looking forward for opting for the right food. And while coming to the maybe the meditation, what you asked, meditation, plant food, which is sattvic food by all its nature, having the consciousness, and the water content is more than 90% in plants, generally, leafy vegetables and all more. So that means the consciousness is least, whereas in animals, the consciousness is comparatively high. So that means we are hurting, we are harming, we are creating suffering, the dukkha, what Lord Buddha told, that's being generated at that level by doing that act of himsa. So if we can avoid the himsa at that stage, so by following the principle of ahimsa, so we'll be having the greatest leverage to progress spiritually and take up the meditation aspect easily. So meditation definitely helps us. If you want to start as a meditator and then turn to a vegetarian or plant-based food, it's automatic, it happens. When once you are a meditator, it becomes. But then that becomes a condition. How can we put a condition to 85% or 90% of the community or society in the world? How can we impose that condition? First, you become a meditator. No, there are concerns of the global environmental problems, global warming, pollution. All these things are serious problems for the earth as well as the future generations, for the evolutions to come. We have passed through several evolutions, and we should give way for the smooth running of the globe and the cosmos. We should help that is, as a meditator, we have a responsibility to spread this plant-based food system, that is taking the right food. Because right food is what I've heard, is a non-controversial word, which which doesn't need to explain that you convert from here to here. No, no conversion. Just choose the right food. Who will recommend wrong food? Who will take wrong food? How can we insist to take wrong food if we are in the right society? So the right path is that is a middle path actually. So we should opt for, just like alkalinity and acidity, we should keep a balance. The nature is always gives a formula of ratio 80-20.
Correct.
And the beautiful ratio. We should 80% plant-based people on the globe, I wish.
Yes. Thank you. Well, I was expecting a very candid answer, like, okay, you meditate and then you make a choice. Well, I think in the past, that was in the past, like you meditate, you have a choice to choose between right or wrong food. But today the situation is such, as you rightly mentioned, the world is getting into a different direction, that this is one core reason. And even if you're not meditating, it's important to take this decision. It's that urgency. I can sense that urgency.
When once millions of
yes,
animals, birds, and all, they are suffering, crying for life, seeking help from you, humanity.
Yes,
you can't ignore their
correct.
You can't ignore their urge, because at soul level we are all one. That's what the philosophy says. That is spirituality. And then why you opt for the best? In Sanskrit, it is called jivo jivasya jivanam. Means there is no way of avoiding eating plants, because they also have life. But then that is the way we have to lead life on this earth. Jivo jivasya jivanam.
Correct. So at this point of time, I think there is a research bite we all usually share towards the end. But I think to complement this topic, I have a research that I can share. If you're okay, can I just share that in a few minutes?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So this research was recently published in February 2024, and this was conducted by a group of researchers from different departments in Peruvian University in Peru. So title is Analysis of Adherence to a Healthy Lifestyle Among Vegetarian and Non-Vegetarian Peruvian University Students. So the study actually aimed to understand the lifestyle choices of university students in Peru. They tried comparing the vegetarians and non-vegetarians. So the researchers surveyed around 6,846 students using a scale that measures diet and healthy lifestyle habits, along with collecting data on their body weight and height and so on. So I'm just trying to bring a gist of this. So what they found was that there are few points that the key takeaways were healthy lifestyle scores. So the study found that semi-vegetarian and vegetarian students scored higher in healthy lifestyle habits compared to non-vegetarians. This means they generally made a better choices in their daily lives to stay healthy. Next aspect was the BMI, the body mass index. So vegetarian students were more likely to have a lower BMI, falling into a normal or underweight categories. On the other hand, students with higher BMIs, they classified as overweight or obese. They tended to have lesser healthy lifestyle habits. Coming to the point of daily habits, across the board, many students, regardless of their diet, had moderate to low levels of healthy behavior, such as regular exercise and getting enough sunlight. There was a high intake of sweets and low consumption of healthy foods like fruits, vegetables, legumes, and whole grains. This was commonly observed for both the vegetarian and non-vegetarian eaters. Next comes the demographics and diet. The study also explored who was more likely to follow a vegetarian diet. And they found that the older students, the Protestant students, and those studying business or education were more inclined to choose a vegetarian food. And conversely, the students from urban areas or with parents who had technical studies were less likely to be vegetarian. This is really something unique, I must say. And from the interventions perspective, despite vegetarians showing better adherence to healthy lifestyles, the overall trend among all students indicated a need for improvement. The researchers also concluded that the university should implement policies and programs to encourage healthier lifestyles and promote plant-based diets to address issues like overweight and obesity. But these are two main issues that was there prevailing in Peru. So to summarize, while vegetarian students in Peru seem to lead healthier lives, there is a significant opportunity to boost healthy habits among all university students. So by promoting these better dietary choices and regular physical activity, universities can help students to improve their well-being and reduce the health risks. So this is a beautiful study released this year, and I found it very much resonating to what you just mentioned. And these are the ways to implement in the educational institutes and the society for betterment.
Yes, very true. And I really appreciate the scientists for taking interest on this very basic need and then important topic also. And they have already considered the holistic approach. That means the physical buildup of the muscles and body, and also the mental health. Mental health is also necessary for the students, because the food what we take is dependent on the lifestyle of people. Somebody is working only in the hot sun, and then they are working in the deserts or the ocean or somewhere. They need a different type of diet, you should say. In that aspect, diet we have to recommend. Whereas people who are very dealing with only IQ, and then like saints or these masters or the high IQ people, they need more plant-based food, having more vitality, more prana, and then more compassionate food. And all these things are very important because
Correct.
it is the aspect of mental health is all the more important for, in general, to the humanity. But in specific cases where the basic needs of a laborer or the industrial worker, he needs somewhat more proteinaceous food or more heavy food, or you can say more rajasic or tamasic food than more sattvic food. So that's how the categorization of the quality of the food
Correct.
recommended by our Ayurveda helps.
Correct. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. It was so beautiful interacting
One
with you.
aspect what I would like to add up
Yeah.
your my presentation as well as to your questioning, that is the aspect of mindfulness eating. It is
Yes.
very important because Thich Nhat Hanh, he is a Vietnamese master, and he has promoted this mindfulness on a global basis. He being a Vietnamese, he established schools and then ashrams in France and USA and all. Now, even in his absence, he has vacated the body, but now they are going ahead. They are mainly meant for children, youth, especially children. Where mindfulness is taught in a practical way for to as a residency. They have to stay there for months. Courses are there. So the mindfulness helps greatly in creating awareness to the public, to the people, because uh, in mindfulness there are 3-4 steps one should know about this. Because when we are eating food, first thing when we are when we sit for eating food, you should acknowledge that's where the Vedas or our culture taught us. We should acknowledge the food what we are eating, because we should acknowledge the source from which it is being supplied. That means the Mother Earth and the solar energy, the sun god. And there are so many things to acknowledge for us. And the acknowledgement should also extend to the person who cooked the food, who prepared the food, who carried the food. It is very, very important acknowledging before we miss. Our culture says in many cultures,
Gratitude.
gratitude, they pray
Yes.
before taking food. They do
Correct.
pray. They correctly do praying, because this is the meaning. This is the mindfulness. That means first acknowledging, step one. And when we acknowledge, that means we are accepting what has been offered to us. That means now the thing comes. That's the trick. If you are opting for plant-based food, or if somebody is choosing 85% of the population opting for the animal-based or the high protein-based, whatever, or violent food, what you say. When we acknowledge the nature, positivity, the sattvic nature, and how the Mother Earth is offering food, and the mother in the house, when she prepares with love the food, we acknowledge the mother, our mother, for giving us food like that, and the basic food. But when it comes to the so-called non-Western food, how can we acknowledge animal which is going to die? How can you say that thanks for dying, and for thanks for or acknowledging the person who butchers, slaughters, and then who encourages. So this is not mindfulness. So when they are mindful, they come to the balance. They will understand the awareness is inculcated in their mind. So they have a consciousness also. It's not only the mind aspect. They have a consciousness. They have a heart. Then they feel. So you should touch the heart. When we touch the heart, anybody will melt. So the acknowledgement aspect of the mindfulness great help us to alleviate this problem and then solve this problem. And another 2-3 aspects of mindfulness is avoiding the distractions when we are eating. There are so many distractions that happens in the process of eating or taking food. When we have started our taking food with prayer, how can we keep talking and seeing the mobile or view or TV, and then you read newspaper or books? They'll keep on eating and redoing all this multi-faceted works. No, there's no multitasking in the aspect of mindful eating. There cannot be. It should be focused.
Yes.
It should be focused in such a way that distractions are minimum, or no distractions are allowed. And then another thing we have to avoid in this mindfulness is overeating. Means we eat not for the sake of hunger. We eat for the sake of appetite or emotions, emotional eating. Even if you are not feeling hungry, as per the time, as per the schedule, as per the program, we keep eating without asking the body whether you are hungry or not, or whether listening to the body. If body is giving a signal that I am hungry, you ignore it by putting coffee, tea, and whatever it is. Or when it is really hungry, we cannot give. And when we are overeating, the body will start suffering because it has to take overload. So these are different things. And the last mindfulness aspect is that we should involve all our senses together. That means when we are eating, we should use your fingertips. That's what our Vedas, our culture says. It means you have taste buds on your fingertips, it seems. So when we put the taste buds in our mouth, the saliva secretes, and then the enzyme comes into the action, and then the digestion starts. That means the process of digestion already started when we are following mindfulness of touching the food with our own hand and fingers, not with the knife or fork. That is a different culture. That's different. But here, mindfulness, you are availing it, where in other case you are not availing that benefit. You are losing the benefit. And then when we are seeing, you should listen to the person who is talking about food, not other things. And should be observant how people are enjoying your, and we should keep on observing ourselves when we put food, how our taste buds are activated, how the food tastes, how the food smells. We should
Yes.
make the nose also to function. So when we ignore all these senses, when we are eating and mechanically we are consuming, we are not eating, we are consuming, then the validity is lost, the mindfulness is lost. This is what
Correct.
I emphasize.
Correct. Very, very, very important. So very important. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Well, we'll have more questions, I'm sure, from the audience. I'll quickly hand it over to Sandeep to take it forward from here. And it was so enlightening to interact with you, sir. Thank you so very much. Over to you, Sandeep.
Thank you, Sunil sir. Thanks for the interesting research bite again. And thank you, Sharma sir. I've personally learned a lot. I liked how you correlated the color of the food with the chakras. That's something new. I never thought about it. And eating the rainbow is something I can teach my kid too, I think.
Yes, sir.
So can we take some questions, sir?
Sir.
I'll read out one question that's in the chat. And then, yeah, if anyone has questions, please raise your hand. This question is from Rajiv sir. His question is, how do we address concerns of toxic compounds like oxalates, lectins, glycosides, and pesticide residues in plant foods?
Yeah, it is very concerned and important because I have come across this problem being an agriculture graduate, and we know the residues present in the food, and they are more than the limits prescribed. But it is not in our hands. As a consumer, you have to take precautions and of cleaning the food or removing the bark if necessary, or the peel of the fruit we have to remove. Suppose you have banana, you remove the peel because something is deposited on it, or apple. If apple is having a deposits of some chemical, you remove the apple. May not be possible in case of certain fruits or vegetables like grapes and all. So in that case, you may have to use some salt or some soluble salts. They are prescribed. So they bring the buffer condition. They neutralize the compounds, harmful compounds. So you soak in that salt for a few minutes before cooking. So you can break the harmful ingredients, pesticide residues left over. And then that is at consumer level. But at higher level, the authorities and then the government authorities or the pesticide concerned companies, they should strictly follow and then instruct the farmers to use the right dose at the right time. That is where the organic farming comes into the picture. So governments are promoting organic foods, organic fruits, organic of every aspect. Nowadays, the range of organic things is going on. It is intruding into the non-vegetarian or animal-based food also. They say they are also organic. They are not treated with chemicals and all. Right. Anyway, it is nature, because if we use excess of hormones, excess of things in the animal breeding or animal industry, ultimately they'll end up in the form of milk or the food in our system. So we are imbibing. So we are taking residues of the plant products, hormones or whatever it is treated. But comparatively, plant hormones are they are not at all harmful for the humanity or beings, animals or humans. But animal hormones which are injected to them in higher doses, they will harm us. And that's where the obesity and all this fast aging and all these problems come. So which no doctor can heal or cure. This is a problem. There's no medicine for that obesity and all, because we are getting unnecessary hormones through our milk or food. That's why now the children are even 6 footers, most of them. They are going very tall, and then mustaches for the female segment. So there are so many hormonal imbalances going on because of this excess use of chemicals. Whether it is plant-based or animal-based, it is not recommended. We should be, and as a consumer, we should exercise our awareness, and we should precautions. They are being prescribed, and we should follow them. And for maybe for an illiterate, it may not be, but when the governments encourage more of organic food, the problem comes naturally less.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, that's correct. Can I invite Rajan sir? Rajan sir, so yeah.
Namaste, Rajan sir. Voice mute. Voice is still.
Hello. I think
Yes,
I'm
sir.
audible now. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now it is
Thank
audible,
you.
sir.
Thank you, Sharma ji. It was
Namaste.
really very
Very nice.
colorful.
Thank you, sir.
It was your presentation was very colorful with all the fruits of different colors, giving all the important qualities which are available in different
Thank you,
colors.
sir. It is.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
And
I got help
I
from
just
our,
wanted to, I just wanted to add a few things, but I hope I don't extend
Please.
my time.
Please.
One is that diet and mind are interrelated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Since the mind is formed of the subtle energies of what we eat, we can realize that diet is one of the most crucial aspects of the spiritual aspirant regimen. That's why Patriji used to say spiritual health is the root and physical health is the fruit. So
Yes.
there itself it's very, very evident about spiritual seeker being attached to foods which are sattvic in nature.
Yes.
You have elaborated, that was very well done. And Sunil also, that research paper of Peru was really interesting. And I wish we have more of such research papers available in all our project, all our subjects,
Yes,
which
sir.
we handle in these sessions. So now coming to this aspect of it, I just want to get you a quotation from Chandogya Upanishad. So Chandogya Upanishad says, mind consists of food. That which is the subtle part of milk
Yeah.
moves upward when the milk is churned and becomes butter. In the same manner, the subtle part of the food that is eaten moves upward and becomes mind.
Yes.
Thus, mind becomes food or consists of food. So this important point, each of us is going to think about it because invariably we do not think about what we eat, how it is produced, when it is produced. So many factors are there to give you energy in the food because we do not, none of us, I'm sure, would like to land in a hospital or have a physical illness at any point of time, whether you are young or whether you are old. Any illness affects your entire activity, possibly in respect of your career, in respect of your future, everything is affected.
Yes.
So, it is very important that we remember this point that when the energies within us are positive, they produce harmonious states of mind and behavior. But when the energies are negative, they move in a random and chaotic manner and produce negative states of mind
Yeah.
and consequently negative behavior too. Why do you think children behave in a peculiar way at some time?
Yes.
You must be watching it. Parents who are feeding their children with food created out of violence, they must be noticing it in the course of it. Why
Yes.
not they give a chance to sattvic food being given to children so that they have better behavior, a disciplined behavior, and an amenable disposition. This is what I would like to stress. In fact, I normally quote some of our experience in the course of our sessions here or interactions here. So one experience which we noticed when we were in a particular place in Erode, Tamil Nadu, when we were conducting programs for many people to teach meditation. We had people of different religions joining there. But then they were all born non-vegetarians, eating only food from non-vegetarian areas, etc. But then we found in the course of uh, steady, regular meditation programs after about a period of 6 months, and the programs lasted almost 1 hour. That is, meditation for 1 hour continuously was being done by all of them, and they appreciated it and they enjoyed it rather. But we found is the tendency to eat food which is not plant-based was not there after the program was completed in 6 months. That was the reaction that was what happened. So they used to ask us, we have been used to this food for ages, that is not plant-based food, but foods created from meat, etc. Well, how do we convince our children about it? So all that I had to say from my experience of reading books on food, sattvic food, is that if you take the child, you take the children for example, you give them a small, you buy a pup in the house, you will see how much it fondles. The
Yeah.
children fondle the pup. They have them in their lap. They enjoy being with small animals, that is pups, kittens, etc. So take them to a slaughterhouse at the same time, another day when you get a chance, and you will notice they will resist eating food which is obtained by killing animals. So this is one way of convincing them of eating vegetarian food. And once again, I am reminded of one great person, great spiritual person, Abbot George Burke. Abbott, ABBOT, is George Burke, BURK. He was actually born Christian, but he was engaged in the deep study of spiritual unity of Jesus Christ and his teachings with India and Sanatana Dharma. So, in the course of this, he has given a series of lectures, and all this is contained in the website www.ocoy.org. So he has mentioned in one of his articles, which I see I have been observing out of the world, I would say, that being a Christian, someone advocating vegetarian food, and that too, the relation between diet and consciousness was given in such great detail that I was appalled, interested at the amount of knowledge this person is having. And he has also mentioned that although diet is commonly considered a matter of physical health alone, Since the hermetic principle, as above, so below, is a fundamental truth of the cosmos. So diet is a crucial aspect of emotional, intellectual, and spiritual development. For diet and consciousness are interrelated, and purity of diet is an effective aid to purity and clarity of consciousness, which means, as Sharmaji was saying, when you meditate, you naturally will not be inclined to take food of other which are not right nature. So your meditation, the amount of meditation that you have to do when you're observing sort of sattvic food will be very less, and you will reach higher states of consciousness faster. So the purification of our subtler levels depends upon the purification of our physical health. This makes sense when we realize that all that goes to constitute a human being is formed of energies of various types, and the only source of energy is that is brought into the body through sunlight, air, and food, and not through animals. Okay, and it is material food that provides by far the greatest amount of energy from which our multi-level complex shape. So once again, I'm also reminded about Masaru Emoto. I think all of us
Sure.
read the book of Masaru Emoto. The name of the book is The Hidden Messages of Water.
Yes.
There he says the water complex, when it was analyzed through a microscope, it has made given drastic results to the effect that when that bottle of water is stored and have love generating everywhere in that atmosphere where the bottle is kept, then it forms crystals and designs when
Yeah.
it is analyzed through the microscope. But then where that bottled water is kept, in which there is a fight and there is not much peace in the house, there is a lot of arguments. Then the crystals that are formed out of that atmosphere are crisscross and not in alignment at all. So this is a great finding of Dr. Masaru Emoto, and he's a Japanese scientist who has analyzed the water. The third and the last point I would like to discuss, read the book Key to Enlightenment, Key to Immediate Enlightenment by Ching Hai, Chimthi. Ching Hai has mentioned that too in the United Nations, that if the Western countries were to devote at least 10% of the revenue that they have towards growing lot of plant-based, growing and supplying lot of plant-based foods, then the entire world will be saved from hunger, and there will be no one who will be hungry, because there will be revenue generated for that purpose. Instead of having revenue only to breed food which can fat and then supply more meat, and that is what is happening in most of the developed countries. So divert that money for that purpose. So Shanghai has done its revolution by speaking in the United Nations that recommending that plant-based foods should be available and should be eaten, and we desist from killing animals and create a world of harmony. So this is all I have to say. Please be in contact with all these books and be reading these books so that you know more how to live a life which is healthy, always. And there's one last item which I forgot to mention earlier, that the way you eat is very important, because I heard a very great international healer say most of the way that most of the people suffer because they do not know how to eat the food. They do not masticate the food and eat. So unless the food that you eat is combined with the saliva and goes inside to be digested properly, the food will not be digested properly. With the result, there will be leftovers, and there will be food which are there for many years. it will be inside the intestine, and that may become cancerous. As we all know, red meat has caused cancer in the United States to a very great degree, and all because people are careless about what they eat, when they eat, how they eat, all this. Thank you.
Thank you very much for adding so much of wisdom given by our great masters and scientists. And it has come through you. We are really grateful to you, sir. And you have
Thank you.
you have
Thank you.
really supplemented my presentation in a very effective manner. So I'm thankful to you for giving so much of information and valuable information, which available in so many books like Masaru Emoto and then Ching Hai and their quotations masters. And before with your permission, maybe it is not coming into the purview of this right food topic. So
Yes.
the aspect of fasting recommended by either doctors or scientists as well as our culture or our ancestors. It works in detox way. That means whatever pollutions or these contaminants or the negative energies we take in the form of right food or whatever wrong food. So detoxification is more important. That we should go on fast at least one day in a week. So that is what Mahatma Gandhi ji recommended. And also, of course, he did many more miracles by eating neem and all, which are having medicinal values. Great country we have. There are so many medicinal plants available only in our country as compared to Western or polar these countries. We should make use of this wealth of this mother nature, the medicinal aspects of the plant community and the medicinal values of the food what we take is also very useful, and which is not available in the wrong choice of the food, because we are adding more toxins, we are adding more pollutants, we are adding more fats and then more heavy proteins which are not necessary, taxing the system more and adding more toxins and then do detoxify. There's no use. So the food itself should do detoxification through chlorophyll and then fiber content, dietary fiber, and our effort of going on fast at least one day or half a day, and alternatively go one day as Patriji has recommended as a fruitarian for one day. And there are great masters in the country, world, who have like Dr. Jashmuhin and all, who are surviving without food. Means their fast is continuous for years and decades. So that is miracles we have in our thing. So thank you very much for adding up so much of wisdom, sir.
Thank you, Rajan sir. Thanks for your insights. And thank you, Sharma sir. I also see Swarnalata ma'am. Ma'am, do you want to add anything?
Madam, namaste.
Morning, ma'am.
Great inspiration, you and Rajan sir, for me to take up this topic.
No, great information and inspiration. Thank you.
Madam.
Thank you.
It's all the grace of Patriji and then the Spiritual India magazine, Spiritual Science, what he has initiated, which we are now continuing. And it's a process of learning through great masters like you, who are enlightened masters. So the young generation is so fortunate to have all of you, Rajan sir, you and Patriji, as our spiritual guides.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Sharma sir. Then we take one last question. There is one question in the chat. The question is from Sumati ma'am. And the question is, how to bring the practice of taking vegetarian-based foods to our grown-up children that are used to take non-veg food for decades?
Exactly, a good question, because I think that partly I have answered this way, because we should inculcate the habit of mindful eating. Mindful eating means, as I told, this 4 steps, thanks, we acknowledge the food what we are eating, the source which is giving, and then thank the mother who is cooking the food, and then avoid all the distractions. And then mother, in our case, they used to feed. That's what they call thumb feeding. So whether it is solid or liquid, mother feeds through her hands. To a certain extent, they make balls and then feed. This is the care that the first teacher on the earth is the mother. She should take the responsibility. When mother is taking, and then children are growing under that care instead of hostels and then artificial conditions away from the parents. So this is the basic need that we should have. You need a parental care. That we need parents also to follow, demonstrate that they are true to their heart, they are eating and they are right food. When once they see, children see that their parents are eating the right food, automatically they follow instead of seeing their peers and getting influenced, because they are constantly with their parents and then their teachings, like their teachers, the gurus. So the masters and gurus also great help in a great way. So we should take those children to the right teacher, because just like right food, we need the right mothers and right teachers also. Always gurus are great.
Sure. Yes, sir. That's right. And I think children learn by seeing, and if we do it, I think that would help.
They'll follow.
Can I add a point?
Sure, sir. Yes.
I would like to add one more point, Sharma ji, with your permission.
Sir, please.
Yeah. Because this friend who has raised this question, I would like to give them one small suggestion.
Yes, sir.
Why not start your doing meditation there when your child is available there in the house?
Yes.
So when you create a vibration around your house,
Correct.
through your vibes, good vibes are created. When you do that, then the inclination to go for other types of food will not be there. Number one. Number two, Patriji always used to ask, have you taken a bath before you started cooking? He used to ask ladies who are cooking,
Yeah.
That's very important, because I don't know whether you have read in Osho's books, invariably, Osho used to take bath and then only go for meditation, or sometimes do meditation while taking bath. That was interesting then. And there was an interesting incident where he was thrown out of the house, the flat where he was staying in the initial days before he became Bhagwan Rajneesh.
Yeah.
Then he was thrown out because he was under the, what do you call that, shower for almost half an hour, and so much water had been wasted from his flat. So that was found out and detected, and he was thrown out. So what I mean to say in short is,
Sir.
when you have a person who cooks the food after the bath,
Yeah.
then the food radiates energy and gives you a lot of energy.
Yes,
So Patriji always used to say, if you eat food from the common footpath, a person who cooks the food there, who makes belpuri there, and you eat that,
Yeah.
you can think about the energy difference between what your mother gives with so much affection.
Yeah.
That is what Masaru Emoto indirectly says, that when the food is created with love and affection and all that, you can give vegetarian food and then make them get into that habit of eating vegetarian food. And nothing is more important than creating the energy around the house through meditation, and talk only about spiritual matters when the child is there. Never have a fight when the child is there. Never have an argument when the child is there. And as Sharmaji rightly said, what is the importance that you give to food when you are eating? It's very important, because you must have noticed, even in Christian societies, they have a prayer. They
Yeah.
pray to the Almighty, for the daily bread is given only through some great Almighty, which is giving you the daily bread. So feel thankful for the food and have the food with all the attention it deserves. So if you give that, then the child will automatically become a vegetarian. Provide him vegetarian food and you can give varieties of that is available. You can keep on giving, and that will help them to stick to that, rather than experimenting on, say, beef sandwich or chicken sandwich and all that. Instead of all that, try to give them vegetarian food. It is available in 100 varieties. In our country, you got so many types of food,
Yeah.
starting from the south right up to the north. Let them enjoy that. Then they will never take to the other type of food. It's only because our tradition has, in certain families, the tradition has been like that, but you don't have to continue it. Make things, change everything, change the whole system. By introducing meditation in your life, everything else changes, and that is our experience. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the
Thank you, Rajan.
clarifications. Very nice, sir. And when this water aspect comes, when we have a shower and then come for the food, that means our negative energies are washed away.
Yes, sir.
We shower from outside. But when we do meditation, we have an inner shower of cosmic energy. So that cleans all the subtle bodies, and then you have a holistic approach of having the holistic health, having a shower and also do meditation, and then go for the food. I think this is the right approach if you can recommend and then follow, especially for children, at least once, because when they are in the school, they may not follow, but when they are at home, they can do that. So
Correct.
that is answer for that madam who gave that very interesting question. All questions are beautiful questions and well asked, well said.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I don't think we have any more questions. I thank you a lot. I've learned a lot personally.
It's my
And
pleasure. Yeah.
yeah, I admire your passion and energy for this topic. I can see that when you're answering the questions and then when you're discussing the slides, going through the slides too.
Thank
I
you.
also would like to thank all the volunteers that have helped today and also throughout this program.
My request for, I already shared my presentation to Sunilji. So
Sure.
whoever is interested, kindly pass on that PPT so that they
Sure,
can
sir.
use and then inculcate the awareness aspect.
Sure, sir. We can
All
put
the
it in.
institutes and then schools, wherever it is possible, because now the PSSM global and then this IFSS
IFSS.
international can help this sort of electronic dissemination of information in the form of pictorials or the visuals will help. This is a colorful presentation as Rajan sir has acknowledged it. So I'm very thankful to all the organizers again, the great work you are doing, sir. Very nice of you.
Thank you,
Sure,
sir.
sir. Sure, sir. I will share this in the WhatsApp group and everywhere. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Very nice, sir.
Thank you, sir. I also would like to thank IFSS and PSSM Global that have come together to make this whole program. And with this, I'll conclude today's session, friends, and we all will meet again tomorrow. Thank you.